Hey everyone, welcome back to the Raw Shooters Club. If this is your first time watching, I highly suggest you stop what you're doing and go watch our short film, every last one of them. There it is. Click it, and then of course, come back because I miss you already. So today we're going to be talking about the making of every last one of them, and we did this with zero budget. So making any type of film is obviously challenging as it is, but whoever told you that you need a butt ton of money to make something good is wrong. All you need is creativity and just a little bit of gear. But at the same time, not having a budget can come with its own problems. For instance, finding locations that can fit your vision is going to be the biggest problem you're ever going to have unless you're using CGI and VFX and creating your own worlds. Luckily, RAD, her grandfather, had this sweet barn in the back of his property, so we were able to use that and get the look that we were going for. But when you don't have time to plan out your project, that's where walkthrough site visits, that all stuff doesn't happen. And it's very important to do a site visit if you're allowed to prior to filming, because then at least it gives you a good idea of what scene you're going to film, how you're going to do it, where you're going to do it, what you're going to block, and so on and so forth. In this instance, we didn't have that time to prep. It was literally all last minute, and we had to do a lot of improvising on the spot. But when you do improvise, you sometimes get something a lot better than what you wrote down initially. Now, I like to get everybody involved in the improv process because you can't just have one idea or two ideas. Getting your actors involved, getting the crew involved, it just makes it more fun when you're on set. And you never know what somebody's idea is going to be. You never want to not let someone speak. You always want to hear everybody out, and somebody might bring you a really good idea that you never would have thought of to begin with. And everyone, sorry in advance if there's a slight echo when you're hearing me speak. I'm dealing with a larger space than what I had before, and it's really not fully furnished yet, but the studio is coming along, and as I start filling it up with things, you're going to notice that there's going to be less of an echo in my voice and in the room in general. So timing can be a problem for you as well, based on time of day, weather, so on and so forth. Now, a lot of big productions, they have ways to block light, they have ways to create their own scenes, and it doesn't really matter what time of day it is for the most part. I'm not going to say it doesn't matter at all, but they have the ability to recreate whatever they want because they're using a lot of equipment in order to do so. Now, when it came to shooting every last one of us, we did not really have Mother Nature on our side, but it also worked out to our benefit because that is how we were able to get that moody doom and gloom look. And with not having Mother Nature on our side, that literally takes a 3-hour film session to 7-8 hours because we actually had to shoot in between the rainfall. And you also want to hire amazing people that you want to spend a lot of time with. Otherwise, it can make that day drag out for longer than what it needs to. Also, having lack of equipment in some case leads to not being able to do everything the same day and record when you want to record the Foley for your short film or feature film. That doesn't mean that, it all has to happen on the same day, even though it is the most natural. But what we decided to do is record everything afterwards on separate days when we had more time to do so. What you want to do is grab yourself one of these. This is a Zoom H1N recorder, and it has honestly saved my life. Now, if you don't have a wind guard on it, it can be a lot of trouble out in the field. You're going to get a lot of that really ugly wind and noise coming your way. Unfortunately, this does not come with the recorder. You have to purchase it separately. It comes in a kit where you get like these little mini tripods and all that, which is really cool, and a carrying case. But the thing that sucks is that you cannot fit this guy in the case with the wind guard, so you have to constantly take it on and off. I don't even use the case, but it's good to have it. Now, this H1N retails at about $159 Canadian, and the wind guard with the accessories is roughly about 30 bucks. So it's cheap. I would definitely recommend getting yourself one of these. It has literally saved my life, like I've said before, and I don't know what I would do without it because it allows me to record all the sounds that I need to record in order to get the job done. Then, of course, once you have everything, you want to build your world out. You want to create the world that you want people to be immersed in. That can only happen through the color grading. And again, it really helped me that Mother Nature gave me this thunderstorm because the dark clouds and the grays and how everything was nitty gritty, it really allowed me to dial in that moody tone for the film and make it kind of scary, I guess. The doom and gloom look that I went for really made you feel frightened for Sabrina. And it's that nitty grittiness that really gets you in there with her and makes you feel like when she's gonna get attacked, you're getting attacked. We pretty much wanted the audience to feel tense and scared the entire time. Having her creep up on zombies, having her kick that bottle, which was pretty much the most iconic scene in the film, that's what made everything change at that point. Without these elements in the film, it probably wouldn't have been as suspenseful and as impactful as it possibly was. Something as simple as kicking the bottle, where she's so tactical and such a badass person, also shows that people in the real world do tend to make mistakes and not everyone is perfect. Having that play out in the film really shows a sense of a girl who is super brave, but at the same time really frightened and scared for her life, but does have a mission and a goal in mind, and that is to kill every last one of them who took her father from her. So who is it that she's after? We have no idea. Well, we know, you guys don't know, and that's why we decided to turn every last one of them into an episodic series throughout the course of the Raw Shooters Club channel. So guys, stay tuned for part 2 and part 3 and part 4 and so on and so forth, because it is going to be a blast filming it, and we're going to do our very best to get you guys as much behind the scenes as possible. So after talking about actors, crew, location, gear, last but not least, get creative with your gear. Nobody wants to see tripod shots for the entire film. Pick up that camera. Really immerse yourself in that universe, because the more you're in that universe as the filmmaker, the more you're going to make the audience believe that they are there with you. So that doesn't mean that tripod shots aren't effective. I'm only trying to say that there is a time and place for every single shot. You can't shoot an entire movie with a tripod the same way you can't shoot an entire movie handheld, the same way you can't shoot an entire movie on a gimbal, right? All these tools have a time and place, and when you mix them together, you can come up with something super effective, and it'll literally captivate the audience to want to continue watching, and not only continue watching what you put out, but they're going to get excited for the second thing you put out and the third thing you put out. All right, guys, well, that's it. Thank you so much for tuning into the Raw Shooters Club. I hope that gave you a little bit more insight on how it is that we filmed this exact short film. There's going to be more stuff to come, more BTS, more episodes, more short films, more. So subscribe, hit the notification bell. If this was your first time here, we definitely want to see you around again. And with that being said, we'll see you on the next video. Peace.